troops could be massed and maneuvered into different battle formations. Later, members of this model company were assigned throughout the regular army to teach drill. It was through this simple emphasis on drill that the effectiveness and efficiency of Washington's Continental Army were improved. In 1789, Baron von Steuben wrote the American Army's first field manual, the regulations for the order and discipline of the troops of the United States. The drill procedures placed into effect at Valley Forge were not changed for over 85 years, and many of these same procedures are still in use today. One form of drill is the salute. Since early times, men of arms have used some form of salute as an exchange of greeting, the most popular of which has been the hand salute. This exchange has been preserved, and its use continued in all modern militaries, which inherit our traditions from the age of chivalry. Throughout today's ceremony, you will see the airmen presenting arms as one form of military salute. The civilian counterpart of the salute is manifested in various ways, such as placing the right hand over the heart when the national anthem is played, or raising the hand when greeting a friend. The military salute is given in the same manner as a gesture of recognition and a friendly greeting to a comrade in the honorable profession of arms. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while you are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, the playing of the national anthem, the playing of the Air Force song, the reciting of the oath of enlistment, and the Airman's Creed. Second, we ask that you remain silent during these times, reflecting on the price that has been paid for our freedom. Third, we ask that you pay respects to the flag during the national anthem and as it passes during the review. Military members in uniform will stand at attention and render a salute. Civilians should stand and place their right hand over their heart. Veterans and military members not in uniform may render a salute or place their right hand over their heart. After the last note of the national anthem, and after the flags have passed, you may then return your hand to your side. We also ask that all cell phones and other electronic devices be silenced at this time. As the flights pass in review, applause is appropriate, but please limit that applause so that others may hear the narration of the names and hometowns of the military training instructors. Please reserve the strictest respect during our oath of enlistment. During this oath, airmen pledge their lives to support and defend the Constitution and our country. For the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you remain in place until our distinguished guests have left the reviewing stand and departed the area. Restroom facilities are located in the buildings on either side of the parking lot, and during this morning's ceremony, smoking and the consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. Finally, please do not go onto the grassy areas when taking photos during the ceremony. The flights before you today are named after Air Force pioneers who have made significant contributions to our enlisted heritage. They have special meaning to all airmen, especially those who are transitioning from civilians to warrior airmen of character. Today's graduates make up these heritage flights and will continue to shape our Air Force. And now I'd like to take a moment to inform you on specific flight locations on the parade field. As viewed from the bleachers from your left to your right, the first three heritage flights to pass in review today are from the 323rd Training Squadron, Blue, Roy, and Cody flight. In the center of the parade field is the 737th Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps, Murray flight, from the 321st Training Squadron. The flight selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags is from the 331st Training Squadron, Kistling flight. Next is Matthews flight from the 323rd Training Squadron. The last two flights to pass in review today are from the 331st Training Squadron, Peterson and Finch flight. At this time, please find a place to sit. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the entrance of our official party. Please remain standing for the invocation given by Chaplain Karanja.
Let us pray. Eternal God, though we are cold this morning, our hearts are warmed up by your divine presence as we witness this miracle of transformation from civilians to airmen and warriors. Their strength has been tested in all ways, and they have truly earned the honor to graduate. We are inspired by their faithfulness and persistence, having answered our nation's call and now soon to defend our Constitution. Empower them afresh with your strength. We thank you for their families, friends, and the training instructors, the true foundation of this success today. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Karanja. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Parade. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Commander, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel William Fisher, accompanied by his wife, Jane. The Superintendent, Air Force Basic Military Training, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Ernest Simpson. From the 37th Training Wing, the Commander, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Colonel Roy Collins. The Command Chief Master Sergeant, 37th Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Sharon Fuller, accompanied by her husband Todd. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 37th Training Wing is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Colonel Fisher and Chief Master Sergeant Simpson will make a special awards presentation.
Forward! Hard! Detail, halt!
737th Training Group, United States Air Force, Joint Base San Antonio, Lackland, Texas. Subject, Master Military Training Instructor. A Master Military Training Instructor is one who is a total professional in all phases of basic training, is a leader among other instructors, exhibits only the highest characteristics of ethics, morality, and integrity, fully supports the mission, traditions, and esprit de corps of Air Force Basic Military Training, is the best of the best. The instructors who stand before you today have been awarded the title Master Military Training Instructor in recognition of their superior performance. From the 737th Training Support Squadron, Master Sergeant Breezy Hughes. From the 737th Training Support Squadron, Technical Sergeant Nicholas Leslie. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Technical Sergeant Richard Dickey.
I just wanted to take one moment to let you know how incredibly proud and excited we are at this very special moment in your personal and professional career. You've already proven that you're a model of what right looks like, not only for the trainees and the airmen that we create at the gateways for the Air Force, but you're a coach, a role model, and a mentor for your fellow military training instructors. And so as we award these blue ropes to you today, you need to know that you are in the top 5% of the military training instructor corps. And so your charge right now, moving forward from today, is to assume that new role as a coach, a role model, and a mentor for your fellow MTIs, for the trainees, and for the airmen that we are creating here. And so congratulations on a job very well done. And I am so excited that you are now part of the Blue Rope community. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the best of the best.
We stand firm. Attack firm. Firm.
The airmen who will pass and review today have completed a demanding 7.5-week program that provides Air Force units throughout the world with trained airmen. Part of this training includes the time-proven concepts of military customs and traditions, of which this parade is a vital part. All graduating airmen will also march over the Enlisted Heroes Walk. They will lead the way for the thousands of airmen that will follow, all reflecting on our enlisted heritage, tradition of honor, and our legacy of valor. Our commander of airmen is Master Sergeant Daniel Elias, Master Military Training Instructor, 323rd Training Squadron. Colonel Fisher will review today's ceremony.
Down! Down to 10!
and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated.
in review. Now, order, march! Now, change post, march! In your squadron, order!
Ladies and gentlemen, the graduating airmen passing in review today represent a portion of the 39,000 recruits who will complete basic military training this year. The 737 training group provides all recruits essential military training to become motivated members of the enlisted corps of the greatest air force in the world. The military training instructors are responsible for the indoctrination, development, and discipline of the airmen. They have dedicated endless hours to ensure all training objectives are met. Today's graduates have proven through academic studies, military training, physical training, and the development of teamwork that they are ready to take their place in the United States Air Force. The flights you will view today are a representation of the enlisted force. Each flight represents an enlisted member of the Air Force who has embodied our core values and contributed to its heritage. As our graduates turn left onto the bomb run to pass in review, they will march over the enlisted heroes walk. The airmen recognized on the papers have been awarded our nation's highest honors, representing heroic and unselfish actions as members of the United States Air Force in armed conflicts, including present-day operations in Afghanistan. They include 7 Medal of Honor recipients, 26 Air Force Crosses, and 173 Silver Stars awarded for bravery during encounters with hostile enemy combatants. These enlisted heroes serve to inspire all airmen to execute their duties courageously and with honor in their service to this great nation. Armed with the knowledge of our past, the airmen will exit the Heroes Walk by marching over a blue line, signifying their ascension into the greatest air power in the world. Musical support for this morning's ceremony has been provided by the 737 Training Group's Drum and Bugle Corps, Murray Flight, from the 321st Training Squadron, performing today under the direction of Technical Sergeant Douglas Coast, hometown, Liverpool, Pennsylvania. These airmen are also in basic military training, but have been hand-selected to perform for ceremonies of this type. We would like for you to notice our national, state, and territorial flags. As these flags pass in review, please stand and render the appropriate courtesies for our national flags. Once the flags have passed in review, please be courteous of others and be seated in order to allow all of our guests the opportunity to view the flags as they pass in review. Now passing in review, our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Daniel Alliance, Master Military Training Instructor, 323rd Training Squadron, hometown, Los Angeles, California. From the 321st Training Squadron, the Drum and Bugle Corps, representing Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 14, Murphy, led by Technical Sergeant Lucas Barber, hometown, Belden, Nebraska, and Technical Sergeant Max Pinelli, hometown, Huntsville, Alabama. The A Squadron selected as the color guard is from the 324th Training Squad, led by Technical Sergeant Golden Bear, hometown Dallas, Texas. The flags selected to carry our national, state, and territorial flags are from the 331st Training Squad, representing Chief Master Sergeant Theater Force Number 3, Island Flight, led by Technical Sergeant Donald Wentworth, hometown Enterprise, Alabama, and Technical Sergeant Samuel Matula, hometown Washington, Washington. The B Squadron Commander is Master Sergeant Matthew Hardy, Military Training Instructor, 321st Training Squadron, hometown Huntsville, Texas. From the 323rd Training Squadron, representing the Officers, Jackie, led by Technical Sergeant Jeffrey Bill, hometown Providence, Montana. From the 331st Training Squadron, representing the Air Force's first female Chief Master Sergeant, Peterson's Flight, led by Master Sergeant Rosalind Davis, hometown Pensacola, Florida. From the 331st Training Squadron, representing the Chief Master Sergeant of the Air Force Number 13, Finch Flight, led by Master Sergeant Amanda Chopra, hometown Queens, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the United States Air Force song. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention to the right as a T-1A Jayhawk renders a flying salute to our graduated airmen. This aircraft is from the 86th Flying Training Squadron, 47th Flying Training Wing, Lackland Air Force Base, Texas. Over the last 7.5 weeks, the airmen before you have transformed from civilians into motivated, disciplined warrior airmen with the foundation to serve in the world's greatest Air Force. Once these airmen leave basic military training, they will enter Airmen's Week, where they will develop their critical thinking skills and further personalize the Air Force core values. They will continue on to technical training to learn the skills needed to perform in one of over 130 Air Force specialties. They will then move on to serve at one of over 84 Air Force bases around the world or work directly with our sister services. As these airmen move on to technical training, they will continue to focus on adapting to military requirements, achieving occupational proficiency, and learning how to meet highly productive members of the Air Force. These men and women will prepare for increased responsibilities and must ensure they are trained, qualified, and ready to deploy and operate in an expeditionary environment while maintaining home station readiness. Of the hundreds of thousands of American citizens that enter the workforce each year, less than 1% have joined the ranks of the U.S. military and an even smaller percentage in the United States Air Force. You should be proud of their accomplishments thus far. The airmen before you have reached a milestone in their Air Force journey and will require your continued support to assist them in their future endeavors. These airmen are the future of our Air Force and will pave the way for future generations of airmen as we continue to fly, fight, and win. Like to take a moment to congratulate all of our squadron honor graduates as well as their families. Basic military training honor graduates distinguish themselves by being ranked in the top 10% of all airmen graduating in their class. The exceptional personal dedication, integrity, service, support self, and sustained excellence these airmen displayed throughout basic military training earned them this outstanding distinction. As the airmen march forward to the oath of enlistment, we would like to thank the families and friends who are here in support of the airmen graduating today. Your words of encouragement helped motivate these airmen through 7.5 weeks of basic military training. On behalf of the United States Air Force and Air Force Basic Military Training, we extend our thanks to the many families and friends of America's airmen who support yours and the greatest airmen the world has ever known. and address our graduated airmen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it. How do they look?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, in just a few minutes, the ladies and gentlemen standing in front of you are going to raise their hand and promise to do amazing things for you and the rest of our country. But right now, I want to welcome you to an incredible day. Military City, USA, thank you so much, family and friends, for joining us in San Antonio, Texas, the gateway to the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, air power for your nation starts right here. This is a very special place for the United States Air Force. Every enlisted person in the United States Air Force starts their Air Force journey right here on this very parade field. We are so excited to host you this weekend as we launch some incredible men and women getting ready to do some amazing things for their country. So thank you for coming from all over to celebrate this special moment for our Air Force, for our nation, and for your families. We know that you put a special amount of trust in the United States Air Force, and that's a trust that we do not take lightly. That's the 37th Training Wing, the gateway to the Air Force. And so our training is designed to get your sons and daughters, your husbands and wives, ready to do these things for our country. So thank you so much for your love, your support, to help them get to this very special place for the United States Air Force. I also want to say a special word of thanks to the veterans in our audience. If there are any veterans in the audience with us today, please stand up so we can recognize you. So to my veterans in the audience, you need to know that we can only do what we do today based on your incredible legacy. Let there be no doubt that we stand today on the shoulders of giants, the shoulders of the men and women that you just saw stand up. So I think with today's graduates, though, we have met your legacy, we have met your challenge. And our promise to you is we will keep moving forward and doing great things for our country. So thank you to our veterans for joining us today. Now, one last word of thanks to our military training instructors. Ladies and gentlemen, military training instructors make helicopter parents look lazy. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank any MTI you see during your stay with us. There'll be some open house time after the parade today, and you'll get a chance to go back there and meet some incredible men and women in our Air Force. There's over 390,000 enlisted members in the United States Air Force serving right now, active Guard and Reserve. But at any one time, only about 550 military training instructors make the rest of the Air Force possible. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you need to thank these MTIs. They build our Air Force one trainee and now one airman at a time. So thank you very much to our MTI. And now to our graduating airmen. Airmen, you could have been anywhere over the last several weeks, but you chose to make a decision in your life to make yourself better, to be a part of something bigger than yourself, to help make each other better through the wingman concept in your core value. And so over the last several weeks, you've been with us. You've learned new things. You've learned new vocabulary. And you've learned how to live your life differently. But it doesn't stop with today's graduation. We're going to ask you to do even more things for your country. And so the pride, the passion, the professionalism that you've been feeling over the last several weeks with us here at the gateway to the Air Force, hold on to that. Because those feelings, those values that we've been teaching you, those are what's going to get you through the big things that are in your future. It's times like this that remind me of an old proverb. And the proverb goes like this: when the load gets heavy, let me not ask for a lighter load. Let me instead ask for broader shoulders. So to my newest airmen in the United States Air Force, I hope during your time at the gateway to the Air Force. We have helped you build those broader shoulders. Take those broader shoulders with you into the big Air Force and do amazing things for your country. So really, at this point, I only have one last question for you. Are you ready to join the ranks of the world's greatest Air Force? Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like they're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Colonel Fisher will now administer the oath of enlistment.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and I will obey the orders of the President of the United States
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
and the orders of the officers appointed over me,
according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
according to regulations in the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Airmen, and welcome to the world's greatest Air Force.
Thank you, Colonel Fisher. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as our newest airmen recite the Airman's Creed and remain in place for the departure of our official party. I am an American Airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American Airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a traditional honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American Airman, guardian of freedom and justice. My nation's sword and shield, its century and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American Airman, living and leader warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter. Down without fail.
the equipment locker to your left after they secure the flags. Airmen in the drum and bugle corps, roaring flanks from the 321st Training Squadron will meet their family members at the north side bleachers near the equipment lockers after they have secured their instruments. Please be careful while exiting the bleachers and while moving onto the grassy areas. For your safety, we also ask that you only use the stairs to exit the bleachers. All airmen are now released to their visitors. Thank you for your attendance and enjoy the rest of your stay at Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. All detail trainees report to the reviewing stand. Again, all detail trainees report to the reviewing stand.
All master military training instructors meet at the MTI monument. All master military training instructors, please meet at the MTI monument.